Team, welcome to another week here in February. We're flipping to the second half of February here, so we might as well ramp things up. And I'm just kidding. We're going at a pretty good clip right now, everyone. Great job so far this month, team, not just in the workouts, but with the check-ins themselves. And a special thanks to everyone for all the support for the Love Yourself to Love Others promotion that just ended this past weekend. Thanks very much for everyone coming out. We had a couple, had a member, Drew Celine, walk out with a prize. We had Jesse Paradise, who jumps in on our Saturday workouts and actually, I believe, just signed up, take part in the, walked away with a prize, and then one of our other supporters from afar jumped in and took home a prize as well. So thanks very much to everyone who came out and supported. Really appreciate that. Again, big things on the horizon here, but we'll get to that later. It's time to sweat. What we're going to start with here, team, is a little bit of individual side of the body, single leg, single arm movements, built more around the strength component here. We want to make sure we're picking, anytime we're doing a strength component, the resistance that works for us. What we're going to be doing is a single leg hip thrust and a single leg, something called an Arnold press, single arm Arnold press. We'll get to those in a little bit here. Before we do that, I just want to demonstrate a couple things that are coming up in the middle portion of the workout just so we can flow seamlessly into that there. There's going to be a 3-station circuit coming up our way, and the first one is the first movement in that is going to be a hip thrust with a shoulder flexion to shoulder extension. So what we're going to do in that movement, just going to tilt this down just a bit so you can see, it's going to complement the first couple movements that we do here today, but in a double-legged hip thrust, feet are shoulder width apart. We're going to dig those heels in. Knees stay at 90, and we're going to drive those hips up as high as we can. We're going to make sure those heels stay tight, tight, tight in the ground. As you can see, that band is around my feet, and it's going to fall to the bottom, the base there towards those heels, which is why it's so ever important to have those heels dug in. Once we do that, hips go up nice and high. We go straight arm, pull back, and then back towards those hips. I've got the purple band right now. For me, if we're going strength here, this is going to be more than enough for me. I would recommend, because I have tried demoing this a couple times, black band does feel nice and good as well here. But again, listen to your body, challenge yourself accordingly here. We're trying to go nice, straight arms. Again, making sure you're really digging those heels into the ground, pushing those hips up nice and high as we drive those straight arms back. Working shoulders, working through the glutes, hamstrings, as well as some core through that movement as well. If we're going dumbbells, same thing. Hips are up nice and high. Straight arms, you go dumbbells and 2 hands, a little bit lighter. Again, straight arm, flexion to the top there, and drive those arms back to right above those hips there for you. If you have heavy dumbbells, two are too much, grab one dumbbell on the either end of the dumbbell, and again, same thing. Flex those arms to the top, flex those shoulders, then extend them back to just over top of that chest there. That is movement number 1. Movement number 2 that we're going to hit here is a pulsing squat. So anytime we do a squat, again, hips drop back or shoot back, bum drops down. Squat with the pulse is just that up to 45 degrees and right back down. Trying to keep that chest up and those shoulders back, sitting in that pulsing squat motion. We're going to be there for 30 seconds as a team. Again, if we need to adjust, we can come out of that squat, take a little breather, and then get right back into it. So that'll be your second exercise in that sequence. Third one is going to be a flutter kick with a twist. Flutter kick, traditionally, we're trying to keep that back off the ground, legs nice and straight. Whole leg is moving. Again, not just kicking from the knee down. We want to make that whole lower body move here. We're going to add a little wrinkle here and add that twist in there. Nice and controlled as we rotate from side to side here. If that's a little bit too challenging, we can lay flat, hands under the bum, legs straight, nice straight leg flutter kicks. Still trying to keep those shoulder blades off the ground here though for you to keep that extra tension on that movement for you there. So those will be the 3 movements that we're going to get to in the second portion of our workout. Just want to go over that because we are going to flow pretty smoothly from phase 1 of this generic strength to phase 2 where we implement those exercises there. Phase 1 of the program here, we are going to again grab those bands if we have them. We are going to toss one foot through the loop on one portion of the band. So you can see that foot there, brace there. Other loop is going around the other foot. Okay, so I've got both feet looped up here. What we're going to do is bring those knees up, and I'm going to pull this middle portion of the band over my knees. The sides are going to go around my knees, and I'm going to brace it kind of at my hip crease. So again, just pulling that middle portion up towards that hip crease here. So now as I dig those heels in, you can see this band coming across the blue portion of my shorts here. I'm going to want that band up right around that hip crease there, okay? That's going to add that extra tension to those hips. We're going to push those hips out, or those knees out, to about 90 degrees. The first movement we're doing is a hip thrust. For my pushers, we are going to be doing single leg hip thrust, driving through one leg. So what I want to do again is that leg that's working, that heel back here is flat on the ground, knee still around 90 degrees, driving those hips up to the ceiling. This leg that's in the air, we're trying not to bring it up too high. We're trying to almost keep it down and out to keep that extra tension on that band. So even though I'm pushing through this leg, this other leg's hovering just above the ground, driving those hips up, keeping those hips level. We're going to go 35 seconds on one leg, followed by 35 seconds on the other leg. Baseliners, if you want the resistance, go for it, but prescribing just body weight for this one, okay? Because we are basically hopping back and forth from foot to foot, 4 rounds, 35 seconds, no breaks additional on top of that. So if you feel it's going to be a little bit tense, you want to start with a band, but then feel free to drop down to body weight if we need to, okay? Again, if you need to watch how we get set up here, loop one foot, loop the other foot, pull that band over the knees so the bands are on the outside of those legs here, and this band is right across the crease of your hip, okay? Press pause, replay if you need to. That's movement number 1. We're going 35 seconds one leg, 35 seconds the other leg, back and forth, 4 rounds through. We're then going to get up right away into that single arm Arnold press that I had mentioned before. Again, I'm going black band for that hip thrust there. Gauge off that accordingly as you need to. For the single arm Arnold press, I'll probably jump into a purple band here. But what we're doing with an Arnold press, we're starting with that elbow not quite at 90 degrees, a little bit inside of that, okay? Almost like the palm of your hand is right in front of your line of vision. Same leg is banded, it's the same side of the body, arm that's going to be working here. Hand comes in front of the face, palm is facing you. We're going to rotate that arm out to the side, push overhead, bring that arm back down, and rotate back in front of that line of sight, that line of vision. Rotate around, getting that rotator cuff, press up to the top, bring it back down, rotate around. 35 seconds on one arm, then we'll do a quick little transition time, get that other leg set up, get into the other arm, again, palm facing your face, rotate that arm out, press up, good control, bring that arm back down, rotate in. Important points here, trying to keep those shoulders level, hips level, keeping that core braced and strong. Anytime we do single side of the body movements, that core needs to be active. This is where we're working on that core stability. Okay, so again, rotate out, big press over top, come back down and rotate back in. 35 seconds per arm, same thing, 4 times through each arm there. Again, we're all going to be doing 35 seconds, pushers and baseliners. Use your weight accordingly, okay? We want to try and challenge ourselves to be hitting around that 6, 8, 10-ish kind of reps in that 35 seconds. So on that hip thrust, we want about a 1 second hold up at the top here, squeezing through those glutes and hams. On this shoulder press, controlling that rotation, strong, powerful press to the top, back down with control, and back as we rotate towards that midline of the body here. Most important things to get the most out of it, pick the appropriate weight for you. So whether it's dumbbells or whether it's bands, make sure we're challenging ourselves with that weight. Forgot to mention dumbbells. If you're doing the hip thrust on the ground here, all we're going to do is grab that dumbbell or grab that weight. We're going to lay it on that hip crease of the leg that's working. Again, driving up, or if you want to put it right across the midline of that hip of your hips there and use those hands to brace that dumbbell, you can do that as well. Just make sure that that heel is planted and we're driving those hips up with that little squeeze at the top there if you need to use dumbbells for that movement instead. As per usual, I will walk you through it, team. We're going to have a blast as we hit it here. We will get that music turned up here. I'm going to give everyone about a minute here to get set up as you need to. Otherwise, there's nothing I think we need today to get that band anchored or anything like that. I've shown you almost all the tricks up my sleeve here. Just a little bit of flavor at the end of the workout, which we'll go over when we get there. Otherwise, let's get ready for a warm-up and get ready for some strength. Get ready for a whole lot of fun to bring our best here, team. Music's coming up. Let's get ready to roll. Where are we going here? Where are we starting here? We'll start right here. Oh yeah, oh yeah. 20 seconds. All right, team. New week, new chance to challenge ourselves, new chance to take on some hurdles, some obstacles. It's what life's all about. How do we approach it? What's our mindset? Are we getting ready to roll? We don't give in. We just get on. Here we go. 3 seconds, 2, 1. Let's do it, team. Body moving, clock's running, party starting. DJ spinning. We got this. Beautiful. Light on those feet. Nice. Change this cord here. Beautiful. All right. Shake out all those bear crawls from the weekend. Hopefully you enjoyed that one. Great reviews, great feedback from the team. Again, just shy of 30 people counts in the room for that one. We had about 40 people in the workout this past weekend. You started it, team. Pumped to have you all along for the ride here. Let's get those heels up in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Perfect. That's it. Keep that body going here. We got this. Sorry about that, team. All right, keeping those heels up here. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back that jog, nice and easy, nice and light. Relax that upper body, keep that chest open. Good oxygen coming in here. Deep breaths into that belly. Big breaths, good control. Let's get those knees up in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Knees up a little bit higher here. Getting the pace that warms you up. Don't need to break any records right now. Let's get that range of motion, get that blood flowing. Lift up those hips, knees, ankles. 10 seconds. Great job, everybody. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to that jog. Beautiful. Great start to the day here. Tossing those jumping jacks. Get those shoulders activated. 3, 2, 1. Let's hit it. Nice. Nice and light still. Purposeful with our movements. Get that upper body going. Great job. 10 seconds here, team. We'll go back to that jog in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Back to that jog. As we're still jogging, we're going to take those legs nice and wide, pushing those hips back as we go down to one side, then to the other. In 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Remember, push those hips back as we drop down side to side here on that side to side lunge, opening up inside those legs a little bit here, still driving through the outsides of those hips, through those glutes, hams, and quads. Good. Just getting that single side body ready to work here in those single leg hip thrusts. Perfect. We're going to stay here for 15 more seconds still, team. Nice and low. Push those hips back. Chest up, shoulders back. Good. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Back into that jog here. Awesome. One more round of jumping jacks just to get those shoulders going a little bit more. Get ready for those Arnold presses in 3, 2, 1. Let's pick up the tempo a little bit now. Let's get that pace up. Good. A little bit of speed. Nice job. There we go. 10 seconds. Last one here, team. That's it. Great job. Great job. Let's work. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And breathe, troops. Great job, everybody. Nice work. All righty here. While you're getting set, I'll start getting a couple cue points what we're going with here. Starting all with that glute, hip, thrust. Single leg pushers. We want band. Baseliners can go lighter band or body weight. Again, we're going 35 seconds per leg. No breaks in between. Back and forth, back and forth. Again, we're going to be kind of between that 6 to 10 rep range. Loop one foot in that band. Loop the other foot in that band, and we pull this middle portion up and over the legs there. Bring those heels in and lay flat so you can get that band right on that hip crease. Beautiful. And then what you'll do is you'll walk those feet out a little bit to get those knees back to 90 degrees. Those bands aren't going anywhere on those feet, and keep it nice and solid on that hip crease. Again, 35 seconds long per leg. We're driving through that heel that's working, pushing those hips up nice and high, Little 1 second pause at the top, back down. As soon as that bum touches the ground, boom, we're right back up, exploding through that heel, through that head, through that glute. Nice and strong for 35 seconds on one leg, and right 35 seconds the other leg. Back and forth, 4 times here. Drop the tension down, drop the tension down. Take a look at break, baseliners, we're challenging you here. 35 seconds unbroken. If you need to take a set off, listen to your body. Let's be smart about how. Five seconds, team. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Let's drive those hips up nice and high through that heel. Remember, we want to squeeze that glute at the top of the movement there, driving through that heel as high as we can, keeping those hips balanced. Good. Using that core, engaging that core as we drive through that heel. Beautiful. That little pause at the top is what we're looking for here, team. Driving through, driving strong. We got this all the way. Again, baseliners, no band or light band, adjust as needed, trying to keep that other leg down just above the ground here. We're coming to that end point. Let's finish this up nice and strong in 3, 2, 1. Other leg. Let's hit it now. Pushing those hips up nice and high, driving through the other side. Keep it up here, team. Drive through those hips, glutes up as high as possible. Big squeeze at the top. Give it everything you got. We want good tension all through that backside, all through that posterior chain. You got this here. That's it. Keep squeezing. Drive up nice and tall through that heel, digging that heel in, keeping that core strong, pushing those hips up as high as you possibly can. And then we're going to take it to the other side here, coming up in 3, 2, 1, flipping back over to that first leg, second round now. Again, no extra breaks in between, just about challenging ourselves, challenging that body, pushing through that heel, everything we got, every single repetition. Good. Again, heel stays there, knee at 90 degrees. Drive those hips up as high as humanly possible. Way to go, team, all the way through, all the way through. That's it. Coming to the end point on this first leg on the second round. Getting close here, last couple repetitions. Push that hip up as high as you possibly can. We got this all the way through and on to the other side now. Driving strong through that second foot. Big drive, big push. Well done, team. Good. That's it. Nice, smooth transition. Way to go. Let's keep those hips coming up as high as we possibly can. If you need to make any modifications as far as weight or tension goes as we move through here, make them on the fly. Press pause if we need to. Again, take the band off if that backside's getting a little bit tender. We're almost there on this second leg, second round through. 3, 2, 1. Let's flip it back to that first side now. Good. Driving again through that heel. Baseliners, if you feel you need to take a set off, now is the time to do so. Take this third one off and then join us back in here for the fourth one. Keep pushing those hips up, team, as high as we possibly can. We're almost there. Again, driving through nice and strong. Push through those hips. Hips up real tall. You can rest that head flat on the ground if you need to. Almost there on this one. Keep it up through the heel. Knee at 90 degrees. Activate that hamstring. Activate that glute. Fight through that band in 2, 1. Beautiful. Let's take it to the other side. Again, seamless transition already going. Second leg. Finishing off this third round for 35 seconds long. Way to go, troops. That's it. Hips up real high as we possibly can. Drive through nice and steady. Nice and strong. Everything we got, every single repetition, no reps off. Not on this team. Keep going, keep going. Breathe smooth. Breathe steady. Drive through that heel. Hips up every single rep. Almost there now, troops. Coming into that first leg for the last time in this fourth and final set in 3, 2, 1. Making that transition over. Here we go. Dig that heel in. Baseliners joining us back in here for this one, this fourth round. Everything we got, every single repetition, lifting those hips up, driving up as high as you can. Again, that little pause at the top. That's it, team. Keep going, keep going. You got this. We got this. Nice and strong all the way through. Last time on this first leg. Strong and steady, every single rep. Coming to that home stretch now. Dig that heel in, keeping that other leg just above the ground. 3, 2, 1. Beautifully done. Let's take it to the second leg. Last time here. 35 seconds of work. We got this. Make it count. All through that backside, all through that hamstring. Again, that posterior chain on fire. Hips going up as high as we can. Digging those heel into the ground. That's it, team. Great job. Let's finish these up nice and strong. All the way. We're almost home now. That's it. Every single repetition. That's it. Squeeze up nice and high. 3, 2, 1. Great job, team. Well done. Let's take these bands off here. As we mentioned before, we're going to transition up into that single arm Arnold press. So again, I'm going to go with purple band here as my starting point here. Base off that if you need to, if you want to, whether you're using band or using dumbbell, everything's more than fine here. We can use whatever we need to get through this workout here. Again, want to start with that hand palm facing the face. But then we're going to slowly transition to that slow rotation outside, making sure that elbow is not at 90 degrees, just below 90 degrees. As you rotate slowly out, strong press above, slow rotation back to in front of the face, and then again, rotate out, pressing above. Really making sure that whenever we're doing this movement, that core is active and engaged. Anytime we're doing a single side of the body type movement, that core is active to brace that body and protect that lower back. So we want to make sure we're doing that here, okay? Keep that core nice and strong. Again, active through this whole movement. You can stagger the stance if you need to support that lower back. But again, let's make sure that single side of the body is working here. We get out of it what we put into it. Let's choose the weight that works for us. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it, team. Here we go. That's a good rotation. Driving around 35 seconds per arm here. Again, try and keep those shoulders balanced, hips level, full extension of that arm to the top. That's a good control on that rotation. Remember, bringing that elbow back in just underneath 90 degrees there. Excellent job. Good, strong presses to the top. Way to go, team. Very nice, very nice. Beautiful. Finish these off steady and smooth. Keep those shoulders balanced. 3, 2, 1. Great job. Let's flip it to the other leg. Give you a couple seconds of transition. Grabbing that dumbbell or anchoring that band. Bringing that hand up. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Just good rotation. Drive that arm above head, overhead. Good. Nice. Good control. Excellent work. Keeping those shoulders level. Again, you can stagger that stance if you need to support that lower back. But let's make sure we're engaging that core. Nice and strong the whole way. Very nice. Good. Again, we're going to get over what we put into it here. So let's challenge ourselves. Choose that weight and that resistance that's going to push us. If you need to decrease the weight after this one or increase the weight after this one, listen to your body. We want to be smart and try and go for the full 4 reps here. 4 sets. 3, 2, 1. Great job. Let's take it back to the first arm for our second set here. Make any adjustments you need to. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Rotating around. Big press to the top. Nice. Excellent work. Good. If you saw my first rep there, my shoulders start to dip out to one side, my hips as well to one side. Keep that core rock solid. Hips nice and level. Shoulders level as well. Strong press. Good extension of that top. Controlling that rotation as we bring that arm back to midline. Nice. Excellent job, team. Good. Keep pressing up. Nice and high. Nice and strong. We got this the whole way. Well done. Great rotation. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Flipping it back to that second arm. Second set here. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Let's hit it. Good rotation. Solid extension to the top. Big press. Good. Core rock solid again. Glutes squeezed. Core strong. Protecting that spine. We got this. Again, we get out what we put into it. So let's really push through, challenge ourselves. At the end of these 35 seconds, we want to be not quite at failure, maybe a rep or two shy of it, but really pushing that threshold, building that strength in this initial series here for us. Good, that's it. Keep that rotation nice and smooth. Strong press at the top. We're almost there, finishing off this second round. Good, nice press. 3, 2, 1. Excellent job, team. Flipping back to that first leg, third set. Again, baseliners, if you need that break, take it now. Sit this third set out. Listen to your body. Otherwise, here we go in 3, 2, 1. Let's do a band in front of the face. Good rotation. Strong press to top. That's it. Good. That's it. You'll hear these words all the time. Brace that core. Keep it tight. Keep it strong. We got this all the way through, team. Nice. Every single repetition. Make it count. Rock those shoulders. Great job here, troops. Way to go. If we're not hitting that full extension, might be time to drop that resistance down a bit. That's okay. Listen to your body. Again, let's be smart about this one here. Great work. Good. I'm finishing this one up in 3, 2, 1. Let's anchor that band or grab that dumbbell on the other side. Here we go in 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get that hand back up, rotating around. Big press to the top. Solid 35 seconds here. Nice. Good reach. That's it. Good control. Shoulders on fire. I feel it with you. Keep it up, team. Come on. Nice and steady, nice and smooth, nice and strong. All the way. Good control reps. Quality over that quantity. Nice. Good press. Almost home, almost home. Keep going, team. Good. Final couple. Squeeze them out, squeeze them out. That's it, right to top. Beautiful. Nice job. I feel it with you. Keep it up, team. Here we go. Well done. 3, 2, 1. Let's bring it back to that first arm for the last time here of this series. Last of our pure strength portion. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Nice. Good. That's it. Solid all the way through. Every movement we do. Again, keep that quality in the motion. Hips level, shoulders level, core strong, big press. We got this. Last time on this first arm. Don't stop, don't stop. Keep going. That's it. Come on. Challenge yourself. Go to the end. We got this all the way through. Great job, team. Nice work. Bring it home here on this arm. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Let's flip it back to that last arm. Fourth set. Everything we got. Big power. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Nice. Good. 35 seconds of your best here, team. Bring it home. Bring it home. We got this. Excellent job. Nice work. Nice work. Keep it up. Keep it up. That's it. Fight through that little bit of tension. Well done. Keep going. Solid rotation. Big presses. Last few reps here. Commit to every single one. We got it now. Come on. Bring it home. 3, 2, 1. And done. Great job, team. Well done on that one. All right, awesome job again with that one, team. As we bring it back here, we're going to build upon that foundation that we did with that 3-movement series that we kind of demonstrated off the get-go here. Again, the first thing that we're doing is that hip thrust hold, double hip thrust hold this time. So again, both heels on the ground now, digging those heels in, pushing hips up, again, keeping hips level, but now we're going to drive those arms straight back. Again, flexing that shoulder flexion towards then that shoulder extension. Straight arms, making sure heels are dug in nice and deep, so that way that band doesn't come flying up on you there. So really push those heels in, drive those hips up, and then drive those arms straight back. If you're going dumbbell, you can do single arm dumbbell with this movement. And put it between 2 hands, or you go 2 lighter dumbbells on the 2 arms there. We then follow this movement up with that pulse squat, driving those hips back, pulsing up and down for 30 seconds. If you're not comfortable with that, baseliners, again, we can do a full air squat down and coming all the way up to the top there, eliminating the pulse there if we need to. Once we're done that 30-second pulse squat, we're then laying back for that flutter kick with that ab rotation. Again, doubling up on the core there, that core movement. If you're not comfortable with that, we can lay flat, hands underneath the bum, straight leg flutter kick instead. And then for this movement, we're going 45 seconds for my pushers, 25 seconds for my baseliners. We're going to go 3 rounds of everything here. Everyone's going to go 45 seconds on that first hip thrust with shoulder flexion. So baseliners, we're going to try and push you here, challenge you a little bit, and try and go that distance. Again, if you're getting in there, you're finding it's a little bit challenging, and you need to drop the resistance down or take the resistance out completely and just do range of motion with just those arms, that's more than fine. Let's be smart and safe about this and how we do this. Again, you can bring those arms just overhead and then bring them back, or lighten the band up or lighten the weight up if you need to. Again, let's pick the challenge that works for us, but everyone's going to go 45 seconds on that hip thrust with that shoulder flexion, and then everyone's going to do 30 seconds of that pulse squat or air squat, and then 45 seconds for my pushers, 25 seconds for my baseliners on that flutter kick with that ab rotation, or just the flutter kick itself. So again, picking what works best for you here, team, challenging you accordingly. Let's make sure that's what we're doing, is pushing and challenging ourselves. In fact, that's why we're all here. That's what we're all about, right? So let's give it our best, starting here again. Heels digging in, band around those feet. Let's get ready to go here. Going to elevate those hips starting right away. Knees at 90 degrees. heels in, hips high, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it, team. Here we go. We're here for 45 seconds. Keep those hips up as high as we can. I know we're putting focus on those heels to dig those heels in. Let's really try and push those hips up to the sky and drive those straight arms back overhead. Again, I'm using purple band here. Modify, adjust as needed. But let's drive those hips up high, pull those arms straight back, and control that band as we bring that band back down to those hips. All right, don't let that band pull you around. You stay in control. We got this here. 45 seconds for everyone. Again, take some weight off and just do range of motion if we need to, or just hold that hip thrust. We're almost there, team. Bring it home nice and strong. Dig those heels in as hard as you can. 3, 2, 1. Great job. Let's get quick transition here. Everybody up. We're going pulse squat or full air squat. Pick the one that challenges you. Remember, hips back first. Drop the bum down, keeping chest up and shoulders back. We can drive those arms forward to counter that balance if we need to. 3, 2, 1. Let's get down. Clock is running. Good. Adding that little pulse in there, that little quarter squat. Get those hips back, getting low, trying to get back down to parallel or as deep as you comfortably can. Again, keeping that chest up and shoulders back, driving through. Again, if you need to modify and go into that full air squat, take a little load off, feel free, team. But we got this. Let's go nice and strong. That's it. Pepper up those legs a little bit here. We got this. Nice and steady, nice and smooth. Good. Almost home now. That's it. And coming out of that squat. Great job, team. Well done. Let's get everybody down for this flutter kick with ab rotation. 45 seconds pushers, 25 seconds baseliners. Leaning back, legs nice and straight. Clock is running. Here we go. That's it. Remember, we want full straight leg kicking here, not just below the knees, and good controlled rotation. That whole upper body twists around. We got this. That's it. Nice and strong. Keep going, baseliners. I want 10 more seconds out of you here. Keep it up. Nice job, everybody. Through and through. Very nice. Good. Baseliners. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe, baseline. Great job on this one. Nicely done. Come on, pushers. Let's bring it home. That's it. Good control rotation. Let's make this count. Let's make it hurt just a little bit. Legs are a little heavy. That's okay. Control that rotation. We're almost there. Home stretch now. Beautiful. Well done. Great job, team. Good. Going to give you that minute here to catch that breath. Slow things down. A good chance to modify anything we're working with here. So that band on that hip thrust with that shoulder flexion and extension. If you need to lighten that up, make those adjustments here. Dumbbells, just same thing. If we're using 2 arms, need to adjust to single arm, let's do so. Let's make sure those hips stay up nice and high, driving through those heels, activating those hamstrings and glutes. Again, building upon those first sets of movements that we did here. Now adding shoulders and legs together, complementing everything that we did to start the day off here. Let's get set, team. Again, get the band around the heels. Let's lay back. We're getting ready to roll. Knees at 90 degrees. Again, hips going up high, arms straight, shoulders strong. Keep that core braced, all right? We got this here. Hips as high as we can, but dig those heels in. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it here. Arms nice and straight. Hips coming up, driving back for 45 seconds here, team. Good. That's it. Big reach. Dig those heels in. Good control. Again, don't let that band pull you around. You stay in total control here of everything that's happening. Good. Just like life, right? We're in control. Obstacles come our way, but we make the mental decision to stay in control. We choose how we respond. We choose how we react. We control our emotions. We control our fate. That's it. Good job. Nice reach. Keep going here, team. 45 for everyone. Make those little adjustments if you need to. Slow it down if you need to. Take a little break or loosen up that tension, but we're almost there. That's it. Keep those hips up. Drive through those heels. Everything we got. Come on. Home stretch now. That's it. That's it. That's it. Last couple repetitions. Hips up high. You got this. Finish it off. 2, 1. Beautifully done. Let's get everyone up for that little pulsing squat. Push those hips back. Bum drops down. Chest up. Shoulders back. Arm forwards if you need. Drop it down. Clock is running. Let's go. Add that little pulse in there. Or again, that full air squat if we need to. Good. Nice. Excellent job. Great tension on those legs. Again, often we'll see those knees start to cave in a little bit. Let's drive those knees out. Activate those hip abductors in this movement. Push those legs out. Again, good. Strong through glute medius as well. Come on, we're almost there in that final 10 seconds now. That's it, team. You got this. Bring it home. Good strength, good tension. Excellent job. Beautifully done. Good. Coming out of that squat. Well done, team. Okay, that flutter kick to the ab rotation. Let's get ready to roll here. Good work on that core. Full leg movement. Clock is running again. 45 seconds pushers, 25 seconds baseliners. Again, good control on that rotation. That's it. Nice straight legs if we can. Keep that chest open, lungs open as well. Good. Shoulders back, nice and long. Well done. Good. Baseliners, I want coming in under 10 seconds now, hitting that final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job, baseline. Take that breather. Come on, pushers, keep going. Let's dig in now. Again, legs are heavy, core starting to get tired. That's okay. We like that. Drive through, almost home. That's it. Make it count. Come on. Beautifully done. Take that breather again, that extra minute here to catch that breath, slow things down. We've got one more time through this series here before we sprinkle in a little bit of dessert for you here, troops. So again, catch that breath, slow that breathing down. Let's get that body ready to go. Let's commit to the next 3 movements. Commit to the moment here. All right, we got this. Grab that band, get set as you need to. Grab a quick sip of water. Otherwise, we're getting back and ready to roll. Good. Couple deep breaths. And let's get set. That's it. Band around the feet. So important to dig those heels in. You know the drill now. We know the movements. Let's commit to them. Let's be strong in everything that we do. No reps off, right? Everything we got. Take little breaks if you need to. Let's be smart about it, but let's be strong all the way. All right, let's get ready, troops. Here we go. Dig those heels in, hips up high, arms and shoulders real strong. 45 seconds of your best. Let's do it. Clock is running. 3, 2, 1. Hips up. Let's go, team. Drive those arms back. Nice and far. Way to go. Well done. That's it. Hips up real high. Pulling those arms back. Good. Dig those heels in. Come on. Push those hips up as high as you can. You got this. Come on. That's it. Good. Every little bit counts. Come on. 45 seconds. As a team, let's go. Take a little break if you need it. But then let's get right back into it. Dig those heels in. Shoulders getting tired. I know. I get it. I feel it. Let's go. We're in it together. Come on, team. Strong all the way through. That's it. Nicely done. Come on. We're getting that home stretch now. Beautiful. Good. Every rep counts. Come on. Bring it back. Control that band on the way back into those hips. And done. Well done, team. Very good. Last 2 movements. Let's get up for that pulse squat right away here. Pushing hips back. Dropping bum down. Chest up. Shoulders back. Let's get low. Stay in it. Nice. Good. Deep squat. Well done, team. Good. Stick it here. Challenge yourself to go the full 30. Stay down as low as you can. Again, arms forward if you need to help counter that balance at all. Often at this point, we tend to break at those hips and come forward, and the bum's not low enough. Let's get those hips back and bum down real low. Again, come out into that air squat if you need to. But otherwise, let's keep that tension on, team. Come on. We're almost home. We're almost there. That's it. Fight. Challenge yourself all the way. That's it. Last few reps. Excellent job, team. Coming out. Well done. Very nice. It's that time. Final flutter kick with that ab rotation, or again, just laying back in that flutter kick. 45 seconds pushers, 25 seconds baseliners. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. 45 seconds or 25 seconds. Last time here. Big break after this one. Last time through. Let's go strong and hard. Challenge ourselves here. Get the most out of these movements. Nice. Great job. That's it. Baseliners coming into that home stretch for you here. Big long break in 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe, baseline. Way to go, team. Excellent job. Nice work. Come on, pushers. Let's go. Let's make it count here. Strong through that core. Good controlled rotation. Get that whole body coming around here, the whole upper body. Not just touching those hands down. Legs both nice and long, fluttering hard. You got this. Strong through that core. We're almost home, team. Finish it up here. Squeeze. You got this. And done. Great job, troops. Nice work. Well done on this one. Take that extra break. I'm going to grab some water here. Grab some breath. We'll break down this next series for you. All right, to finish things off here, team, what we're going to do is a 4-movement series to build upon everything that we just did. We're doing 2 lower body, 2 more based around the core, things we have kind of done before with a little bit of new flavor on one thing. The first movement we're going to do is a cross squat jump. So we cross those legs to the midline, then we open those legs out. We're going to land in a bit of a sumo squat stance position, heels just outside the shoulders, feet slightly angled out. Again, going to push those hips back, drop down, hop up to the middle, cross those legs in the midline, and then back out to that sumo squat position. So again, nice and light on those feet, on that middle touch, and then strong on that jump on the outside. That second movement that we're going to hit for us here is going to be a movement called a double crunch, which we've done before, and a reverse fly, which we've done before, but now we're combining these elements together. What we're going to do, a traditional double crunch, we extend down to the bottom, bring that upper body to meet that lower body, but now when we add that reverse fly in, when we're at the top of the movement, arms are going to be squeezing back, pinching those shoulder blades, back of shoulders, upper back. When we drop down is when we extend those arms. And you'll see here from the front side, when I go back, my arms are in front. When we come to the middle, again, that's when we squeeze that upper back. So we're contracting the core, contracting the upper back at the same time, relaxing core, relaxing upper back at the same time. All right, so we're going to work the core and the upper back at the same time here. Our third, if you need to modify, again, just hit that double crunch without that reverse fly, or hit the double crunch without tension and just use those arms as reverse flies, especially for our dumbbell participants here. We'll go no weight and we'll just squeeze that upper back. Make sure you're bringing those arms back all the way to really pinch those shoulder blades on that double crunch. Again, when we bring that upper body up to the knees, that's when we contract that upper back and back of shoulder. Third movement here, going to be a narrow squat jack. So knees are inside, then we hop out, touch on the outside, bring the knees back together in the middle. Squat in the middle, touch on the outside. Squat in the middle, touch on the outside. Quick touch on the outside. Again, pushing those hips back, dropping that bum down when we drive those hips back into that squat position. Final movement is going to be a plank. We are going to drive back, again, hips, legs back, nice straight line, but bringing one heel up at a time here. A chance to still activate those glutes a little bit more. We put a lot of pressure on them to start the day and work through that midpoint of phase 2, but now we're going to drive those heels up nice and high. Pushers here, you're doing 16. Baseliners, you're doing 10. All right, everything else, pushers are 15 and baseliners are 10. So again, to break things through, 15 reps for pushers, 10 reps for baseliners, and everything except for that last one where pushers are doing 16 reps, baseliners 10. Modification shown here for that plank. You can drop the knees down, drive that heel up nice and high. We'll also show you some modifications here for the other movements. For the cross squat jump movement, instead of doing the cross in there, just stay in that sumo stance you see here and drive through those hips in that sumo squat. Beautiful, just like that. Same thing if we're doing that narrow squat jump, do that touch outside, that squat jack. Just keep those legs internal like you see here and squat with that narrow squat. That's what we're looking for here. And then again with that double crunch, we already coached you on just doing the double crunch. Take the band out of it if you need to, or just go just without the arm movement entirely, just in that double crunch position. So again, what we're doing, as many reps as possible in 8 minutes long, team. Again, rep count, 15 reps pushers, 10 reps baseliners in everything except for that final sequence, 16 reps pushers, 10 reps baseliners. Give it your best shot, okay? Again, you'll have that printout in the email beforehand. As many reps as possible. This is your check-in, so give it everything we can here, as many reps as possible, as many rounds as possible. 15s and 10s, 16s and 10s. Once you get through, you're right back to the top. Keep going. Take rest as needed, but let's challenge ourselves, all right? Get set here. We're going to start up right away. Get that body ready to roll. Press pause if you need to get a couple things set. Grab some water if you need to, but again, give it your best. 8 minutes. Goal is to try and find a pace that pushes us that entire time, but that we can sustain it for the entire time. Once again, listen to your body, adjust, break, breathe as needed. But let's challenge ourselves, starting with that cross squat jump, okay? Or again, just that sumo squat, listening to your body. 15 reps pushers, 10 reps baseliners. We're getting ready to roll here. We'll try and time this out for you, land as best we can. But again, 8 minutes on the clock, giving everything we got, every single movement as far into it as we can. Beautiful. Let's get ready to roll here, team. Starting with that cross squat in the middle into that cross, foot placement into that sumo squat with that jump. 15 reps pushers, 10 reps baseliners. Let's do it. Clock is running in about 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it here. 8 minutes on the clock, team. That's it. Good. You'll see here, we're pushing those hips back, dropping that bum down, touching those feet lightly across in the middle here. Good power through those legs. Good. Feet landing outside shoulder width. Hips always going back. Bum dropping down. Chest up, shoulders back in everything we do. 15 reps again for our pushers. 10 reps for our baseliners. As soon as you're done this, you're into that double crunch with that reverse fly. Keep that body going. Again, challenging your pace, moving at a level here that challenges you, that pushes you. Again, when we're in the top of this motion, we squeeze that upper back. When we extend that body, arms come back to that front line. Perfect. If you need to make it more challenging, choke up on that bend. Again, if you have dumbbells here, we're going dumbbell less, and you'll just squeeze that upper back with those arms. Good control through that midline. Excellent job. Once you're done your 15 to 10 here, we're back up for that narrow squat jack. So narrow squat in the middle, quick touch on the outside, trying to be light on those feet on the outside, and getting that 15 to 10 repetitions here. Good. That's it, team. Nice job. Wherever you are, and if you're still squatting off the first one, if you're into those double crunches with reverse flies, double crunch and keep that chest open. Big squeeze through that upper back. If we're squat jacking here, get those hips back, bum down. We want good height out of you here, team. That's it. Keep going. All the way through. Strong all the way through. No passengers in this one, team. Excellent job. Nice work. Good. As soon as you're done those squat jacks, we are into that plank hold with that heel raise. Again, pushers, remember you are adjusting to 16 here, 8 per leg total. Baseliners, 10, 5 per leg total. All right, those are total counts. Not doubling up there once you've done your 16 or your 10. That's one round. You get right back to the top. We do not stop. We keep on rolling. Again, that first movement at the top is that cross squat. Cross those legs in the middle. Nice sumo stance, nice and wide. Deep squat. Light on those feet. Big power through those legs. Good. That's it, team. Keep on rolling. Stay strong here. Wherever you are, find that pace that works best for you, that challenges you, that keeps you going. That's it, that we can sustain for a long period of time here, that we don't push that red line too early. We'll save that for the end. Good job, team. Nice work. Way to go. That's it. Keep that body going. Once you're done one movement, you move right to the next. This is that chance to practice, again, that mental fortitude. You'll hear at the end of this workout, we talk a lot about positive reinforcement, that positive self-talk. In these longer versions, in these longer AMRAPs, these longer workouts, that brain really starts to run and can start to play some mind games on you, some tricks on you. It'll start to tell you you're not good enough, you're not strong enough, you're not fast enough. We take that negative self-talk and we throw it right out the window, right? We shut it down, we break it down. It has no place for us in our lives. It has no place for us in these movements. It doesn't serve us at all. It doesn't build us up or help build others up at all. So there's no place for it. You have shown here time and time again how resilient you are. Do not quit. Do not stop. Stay the course, team. That's it. One movement, one rep at a time. As you move through, good. If you're done on those double crunches with that reverse fly, you're back into now those squat jacks. Narrow squat in the middle, quick touch on the outside. Again, modification here is just that narrow squat. Again, pick the scheme and pick the program that works best for you, that challenges you, that keeps you going. We got this, team. Come on, we're cruising here. That's it. That's it. We're rounding that halfway point already, just like that. Keep driving those heels up nice and high on those planks. If you're doing the double crunch with reverse fly, keep that chest open, squeezing that upper back. Any version of those squat jumps, squat jacks, whatever it may be, push those hips back, get that bum down, get some height on those jumps if we can, or drive out of the bottom of that squat if we're just doing the squat, and drive those hips through. Everything going here, full body work. Let's keep that heart rate up, keep it elevated. Let's challenge ourselves and push that tempo. Remember, keep track of how far into it you get. We want to know how many repetitions as well as how many rounds. Once you're done one movement, try and get right into that next one, constantly adjusting from one to the next. Push through. 10 reps or 15, or only on one movement, you got the 16.
That's it, team. Great job. Keep going. Come on. We're in the second half now. Second half. That's it. Again, one movement, one rep at a time. Set your mind on that. Break that big goal down into smaller mini goals, mini tasks. My goal is to go 5 reps without stopping. My goal is to go 10 reps without stopping. My goal is to go 15 reps without stopping. It doesn't matter, but just break down that big goal into one at a time. Just like life, one thing at a time, one controllable at a time. We can't control what we're going to get to at the end right now. We break it down by smaller movements, smaller tasks, and excelling and attacking those. Let's do that. Come on, stay the course, team. We're getting into the final couple minutes here now. Let's drive through nice and strong. Good. Again, those movements, double crunching as you see here. Keep that chest open. Big squeeze through that upper back as we bring that upper body and lower body together. Good. Core strong here. Again, in those squats. Glutes are strong. Pushing hips back. Still there. Keeping chest up and shoulders back. We got this. That's it. Good. Keep moving. Keep breathing. Come on, team. Drive through. Drive through. Everything you got. We're almost there now. Come on. Keep moving. Keep digging. I know it's tough. I know it's a challenge. Come on. I'm in it there with you. Let's do it. That's it. Light on those feet if we're doing any sort of cross squat in the middle or squat jack on the outside. That's it. That's it. Keep it up. Keep moving. Keep going. Come on, team. That's it. Dig a little more, a little bit more. Come on, now's the time. This is the time where everyone else starts to fade away, where everyone else starts to quit. All right, let's take the road less traveled. Let's take the one that makes us a little bit better. Let's welcome that challenge, knowing that's where the real change happens. Come on, keep going. Now dig in one movement right to the next. Take a little break. Pause for a second if you need to. Catch that breath. And then right into it. 15s and 10s or 16 and 10. Keep that body going. You got this all the way. That's it. Come on. We're almost there now, team. Almost there. That's it. Drive through everything we got. Home stretch now. Home stretch. Come on. We're in that final 60. We're under 1 minute. Let's drive everything we got now. Come on. Put it into this workout. That's it. Every single repetition. Don't quit. Don't quit. One movement right to the next. Don't stop. That's it. That's it. That's it. Come on. We're almost there now. Under 30 seconds. That's it. Drive home. Drive home. If you're hopping, if you're jumping, push through those legs. Come on. Shut that brain down. Keep that body going. I'm with you. I feel it. Don't stop. Let's push. Let's challenge ourselves. Take 5 seconds if you need to, then get right back into it now. Come on. Let's go. Push that heart rate. Push that body. You got this. You can do this. You are worth it. You deserve it. You've proven it time and time again. Let's finish this work off as strong as we possibly can. Come on. There's still time to move from one movement right to the next. Squeeze out a couple more repetitions. We're almost there, team. Come on. We're finishing off here. Final 10 seconds now. Bring it home, bring it home. Let's go as many reps as we can. That's it. Home stretch, home stretch. Almost there, almost there. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful job, team. We will call it there. Well done. Very well done, everybody. Take that chance to catch your breath. Breathe it out. Excellent job, team. Thank you for your patience with the audio. And we're going to let this cut back in here right away and bring you home with a cool down and stretch as I traditionally crawl it over and turn down those tunes. Great job.
Bring things down here. Take it down low. Took a little cool down or warm down. Ooh, baby. Let's get that one leg over. Get that glute activated. As you know, these stretches, we really try and keep it more of those major muscle groups. Because traditionally in this program, that's usually what we're hitting is those major muscle groups. A lot of muscle fibers, burn and torch a ton of calories. If you're looking for more of that secondary kind of muscle activation, again, we do hit those when we hit those major muscle groups, right? Like if you're doing shoulder presses, you're going to hit your triceps in that movement. Any push, you're hitting a tricep. Any pull, you're hitting your bicep. So we always hit those muscles in a secondary manner. But I'm not going to burn time of our 3 45-minute workouts in the week to do some isolation curls. Oddly enough, I might toss them in at a different point in the workout, but very rarely will they be lonely on their own accord there. Let's pull that other leg across here, get that other side of the other glute. Important topic, team, which we kind of danced on a little bit in the middle there. Self-talk. We are often our own worst enemy. we conceive what people think about us. We conceive that we're not smart enough, strong enough, good enough, healthy, whatever it is, right? That's crap. If you're here, you are good enough. I'd say that right now. If you're here doing these workouts, you're good enough, all right? It's just coming to terms with that in our own mind. Understanding the fact that, like, they're just negative words that we've either held, let's take those legs apart, take it down to one side, that have either been held in our subconscious or in the back of our minds without even knowing it. So many things happen when we're younger, doing a little bit of learning about this, but that just set up these barriers and these walls that we just avoid, and we start to think about these things about ourselves all the time. And being completely transparent, I've had to battle through that, and still, I can see the impact of some of those things from when I was a kid and middle school. Middle school wasn't the easiest thing for me necessarily. Let's take it down to the other side here. I didn't feel like I was very well liked, and at which point I'm like, Kate, I'm not gonna make a whole lot of friends, this and that, and started to impact me in negative ways, and not until you mature, that brain matures as well, you realize it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. And even today, as adults, we think we're not good enough for a job, or we're not qualified for that. We've got the skills, and you demonstrate it here daily, the work ethic and the tenacity and the determination and the drive and everything to go be successful at whatever you want. So the only thing that's stopping you from achieving what you want to achieve is you. And in all the emails we got over this past promotion, let's take it to the hip flexor stretch here, that was a very common theme, is people recognizing the only thing standing in my way is me. And that is a hell of a realization, because a lot of people are still playing the blame game of, it's not my fault, it's this person's fault, or this happened to me. Yeah, things happen to people, and I get it, don't get me wrong. There's some very serious things out there, and I'm not pretending to be playing a sob story here, because I do feel very fortunate. I'm very thankful, and I know we all have different obstacles to face, and I'm not trying to be insensitive to anyone's situation by any means. What I am saying is, it's okay to be sad, it's okay to be upset about things, but then let's turn a page, and let's see how we can grow and move on from that, and realize that, okay, something happened. I'm a big believer in that. Do something with it, right? Okay, again, I'm not going to put myself in anyone's shoes there, but it's just, let's try and be a group, let's try and be a team here that helps pick other people up, let's help support people, and it starts with ourselves, with getting out of our own way, getting out of our own head, and re-encouraging, reinforcing ourselves with that positive self-talk of, we are capable, we are strong enough, we are determined enough, and you look at these workouts, and this is why we push this hard, is that you can demonstrate to yourself how resilient you are and how resilient you can be, and the impact you can have, not just in your life, but in the lives of those around you, all right? So the next time those words start to creep in, or that little bit of doubt, I want you to think of this moment. Front of mind becomes that top of mind awareness. Derek said, I can do this, and just get those words out of the mouth. Just stop thinking, interdict it, intercept it, whatever you want to call it. Break it off. Instantly say something positive about yourself and reaffirm that 2, 3, 4 times, however many times it takes. Let's go arms nice and wide. Big breath in. And exhale, one arm across. However many times it takes for you to reiterate that to yourself. Something positive. Nope, I'm strong. I'm smart. Doesn't mean you need to get everything accomplished right then and there, but one thing at a time, one step at a time, just like these workouts. 8-minute AMRAP. That's not easy. That's mentally draining as well, right? A lot of the stuff we're doing here, physically, mentally demanding. But we take it one thing at a time, one set, one rep at a time. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's open up that chest. Bring the other arm across here as we exhale. And of course, just want to reiterate again, I understand. We all have different situations, different obstacles to face. Again, hope everyone knows I'm not trying to be insensitive to anyone's situation, or pretend that I've been through the worst or anything like that. There was zero desire for any of that to come across if it came across like that. So I hope you understand and know where my intentions are coming from in this situation, and I would just respect where each of you are at in your lives and what we're going through. Let's just take those hands, interlock those fingers, roll those shoulders forward here, team. As we close things out for the night here, just that little reminder, hit me up with that check-in. What score did we hit in that AMRAP? How many reps did we get in? How many rounds and reps did we get in? How'd you find it? How'd it work for you? Always like to hear that feedback, team. You've been doing a fantastic job, and relax, hitting me up with those check-ins and supporting yourselves, right? Supporting those around you, getting people out to workouts, keeping moving, and that weather is eventually going to turn, and one day we'll be doing this in person as we continue to do it online as well, giving you multiple options. Again, email coming up very soon with a couple new features for all you home programmers out there. Very excited about a couple key things coming out here, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, thank you very much for your continued time and effort in everything that you do, team. Keep going out there. Always, always give your best, be your best. God bless. And remember, be gentle and kind to yourself. You work hard. You deserve it. You're here for a reason, and you've shown that dedication, determination. Don't let anything up here slow you down with what you can do. You got this. We'll see you next time.